Hello everybody, today we're going to change oil in the 2017 Kawasaki Mule. Alright, we're going to gain access to the engine compartment. It has two latches, just like this on either side. Do that, flip up the seat, and raise up the bed. And then there's the engine, a 3-cylinder Chinese, actually it's a Chinese car engine that China uses in a bunch of their small automobiles. It has about 40-something horsepower. John Deere's been using it since 2010. Kawasaki started putting their mules in 2015. So it's been around for a long time, but it's supposed to be a pretty good engine. That one has about 300 miles on it, so it's still fairly new. Okay, the drain plug is a 14mm socket. You can put it on blocks if you want to, but this one's high enough I can get underneath here. And we'll see if we can, how big a mess I can make. This oil change thing I got right here is kind of cheaper than really buying it by the piece. Actually, our dealer in Fort Smith had these for $27. Anyway, it comes with 3 quarts of oil, Kawasaki oil. This is still under warranty till 2023. This is the first time I've changed it. They always been doing it, but the time I take it up there and pick it up, and they give you these cheap gloves to put on to keep from getting oil all over you. So I'm going to put these on and take that drain plug out. By the time I drive up there and back, it's 75 miles, and then go back and pick it up the next week. That's 150, so I'd rather just do it myself. And you also get a new drain plug gasket too, little copper washer. Just be careful and don't burn yourself. But that oil's not scalded hot, but it's not cool either. Pull this plug out and let it drain. There's the drain plug. Well, the oil's draining. I'll get this oil off my phone right here, dripping on it. We'll take and change this drain plug gasket. Take the old one off. Put the new one on. You might save that just in case. And once the oil has stopped draining out, you can reinstall your oil plug. When you get your oil plug installed, just torque it to about, not very tight, but about 20 foot-pounds or so. You can feel the new washer kind of crushing down, and that should be good. Now, this is the hardest part. Kawasaki recommends taking this front cover off. You got to pull this seat, all them pegs out, all the hinges off, just to get down in there. But I want to try to do it. Right down through there is the oil filter. It's in there, trust me. You can see a little bit of it right there. I want to try to reach in there, get a filter wrench, break it loose, and then you can somewhat get your hand down in there. And a little bit of off-camera crap, you can wiggle it out. I almost dropped it. If I had dropped it, then I probably would have had to take that cover off. But that's what kind of dealer uses. You know, they don't even put the Kawasaki back on there. It kind of aggravates you. And I didn't know this, but it says genuine Kawasaki, made in China. But there's the emblem for the engine, a cherry engine. Maybe that's what the dealer did use, was a regular one. Okay, so maybe it's not too aggravating. I actually used a cherry oil filter. Come over here in the back of our old mule, our little mule. Bed's up on that one, but where Leah does a lot of her flower work, I want to put some oil in this oil filter. Even though some of it will run out, you need to always put a little bit in there to soak up in the filter element. And then that'll give you some to put around the gasket. And also make sure the old gasket's still on the old oil filter. Then after checking the part number, making sure they're the same, the old gasket's on there, you're ready to install this filter. And all that oil that I poured in there, it won't leak out because it all soaked into the paper element. So that way at least that much is already soaked in there. That much less run time before it gets to the oil pressure. A little help from my better half, we got that oil filter back on down there, that tight spot. Just take the filter wrench and give it a little bit of a snug, because it's kind of tight, just to get down there and get it yourself by your hands. But now there's that. Okay, we get a little, whoops, a little brake clean. Spray down in there and get all that little oil blew out down in there. Let that dry, then we'll fill it up. In the owner's manual where it says engine oil type, it's 2.5 US quarts with the filter. And you don't really have to use Kawasaki oil, because Kawasaki doesn't make their own oil. They just take bids on it. So anyway, we're going to put some oil in it. Make sure you don't have no dirt around your oil cap. Take it off. Make sure you got a clean funnel. And now we're ready to pour in the oil. Quart number 1. There goes quart number 1 on the ground. Hold on. Don't edit so y'all get to see that. And we're going to put in 2.5 quarts. Start it up, or check it, then start it up, check for leaks. Take off our side cover right here to get in here to check the oil. That's the easiest thing to check. Here's the dipstick right up in there. And that shows right on the full. So we're going to start it up, let it run. And there's the oil filter down in there. I don't see any drips, but who's to say? A little bit of oil right there on that motor mount, but I want to wash that off with some brake clean. I want to let that sit for a minute and recheck it, but basically the only thing you need to change oil is a skinny arm to start with, get to the oil filter on these. So I think the newer models, 18 and up, have a plate to get down there. Next time I do it, I'm cutting a hole down there and putting it in a plate. All you need is a filter wrench and a 14mm socket and a short extension. Of course, a drain pan, all that good stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.